Welcome to another edition of Feature Friday here on GoExplorers.tv, and our guest this week is women's lacrosse player Nora McGurkin. Nora, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem. It's a very exciting time here, Feature Friday, always exciting for our audience. Let's talk about the lacrosse season. You guys, when this interview comes out, it'll be just 2 days until your season opener on Sunday against Oregon. What are some of the things you guys have been getting ready for the upcoming season?
Right, we're absolutely so excited to start the season off. We've been preparing for this for 3 weeks now. It's basically everything we talk about to each other, but we're definitely excited to, play a great team. But we're ready to beat them.
It's your senior year. What are some of the emotions that go with your last year here at LaSalle? I know you've been through the whole rodeo of 3 years of lacrosse, and now you finally come to your senior season.
I mean, it literally, I think, just hit us 2 weeks ago that it's our senior year. Like, we were just talking about it a week ago, saying we feel like we're still freshmen, and now we're the seniors, like we're the leaders, and now it's time to step up. I mean, there's 8 of us. We've been here since freshman year, and we're ready to do it.
Off season, very tough, especially for lacrosse. You guys have been going at it now since the fall, so talk about what it's like to really get yourself ready mentally and physically for a grueling lacrosse season.
Right, it's tough because you go through the fall, and then all of a sudden you have this break, and you need to personally train yourself over Christmas break and get yourself on the treadmill and get yourself in the weight room. And it's hard, but you know when you come back that everyone else did it, so you better be in shape and ready to go.
Are there things that you really, focus on, legs, arms, upper body strength? What are some of the things that, specific workouts that you guys do to get yourself physically ready to go?
I mean, physically, I think our team has a joke that I'm definitely the weakest on the team. And before I left for break, Coach was saying, you better not be running 10 miles every day because that's what I like to do. She's like, you better come back like 8 pounds heavier. And at first I laughed about it, like, are you kidding me? And then I came back and I was like, I need to do this. Like, yeah, it's funny, it's a joke, but it's serious. And it was just time to, suck it up and do it.
I was able to chat with your coaches before we did the interview, and they told me that you're the quarterback of the team. How does that translate? Obviously, there's no quarterback in lacrosse, but how does that translate to on the field? What are some of the things that a quarterback of lacrosse would have to do?
It's different. Starting off freshman year, I was like a baby out there, and all of a sudden they're like, you're the quarterback, speak up. I honestly hate public speaking. I hate all that.
I can tell.
And so this year I was just like, I have to start talking. I have to speak up, and it's been tough, but it makes me feel like I'm an even more threat on the team now, that everyone listens to me when we're out there, and it just makes me feel like I'm appreciated when I'm telling everyone else what to do.
Over the course of your career, were there girls when you were a freshman and sophomore that you looked up to and you said, oh, I want to be a leader like that? And did you kind of mold your leadership skills around that?
Absolutely. When we were freshmen, we didn't have any seniors, so our oldest class were juniors, so they were considered seniors their junior and senior year. And they did such a great job, so we always talk about, we're never going to, be like them, but now this year, I start to feel like them, like Steph McKee, Dottie Shalor, Liz Akulo, Ali Benuti. It's starting to feel like them, lately.
Lacrosse can be obviously a very demanding sport time-wise, but when you do get time away from the field, what are some of the things that you and your teammates like to do when you're not 100% focused on lacrosse?
I mean, we spend every minute together, every single grade. Freshmen come over on Sundays and they watch a movie with seniors. It's so, all over the place. It's awesome. Nights that we have a game the next day, we like to keep it low-key, but we'll do something like manhunt or something easy like that, but we're always together. Always.
Is it hard sometimes to incorporate the younger girls into kind of the clique of the lacrosse team? Sometimes, freshmen and sophomores, socially they might not want to hang out as much, but do you guys have to kind of bring them along a little bit and get them acclimated with the team?
Not at all. I think that's what's special about our team. If you walked out to our practice, I don't think you would be able to tell who's a senior and who's a freshman. And I think that's why our team is so great across the board. I think that our freshmen would be able to call us out for things that we do, and at the same time, we can say that to them.
If someone comes to a lacrosse game this year, what are they going to see on the field? What are some of the things that you guys really want to accomplish on the field this year?
Definitely never giving up, constant hard working. You're not going to see any slackers on the field this year.
How is it playing for Candace and the coaching staff? I know you guys have a very good relationship, especially because some of the assistant coaches are younger in their year age. So how do you guys interact with each other when you're doing the coach-student-athlete relationship?
I mean, as a whole, the coaches just mesh so well together that it's, like they're all the same person. So, I mean, coach knows the game more than anyone I've ever met before in my life. So I think they feed off of her, and it's you could ask any four of them like what you think you should be doing, and they know exactly what to say.
We talked about on the field, we talked about off the field. Now let's talk about in the classroom. I know being a student athlete can be hard sometimes. You told me you're a psychology major. How do you balance that athletic and academic mix?
Right, it's hard. I mean, I think I'm fortunate enough to have psychology where I can be at practice every day, but we have nursing majors and education majors, which is so much harder. But you just figure it out. Like you hear from Candace before you have to plan your schedule out, and you know what time you should be there. And if you can't, she's completely understanding. Like that's what you're gonna do after you graduate. So.
Psychology is an interesting major. Do you ever find yourself trying to mentally break down your teammates or your coaches when you're on the field?
Absolutely. My last meeting with Coach, he was like, well, you're a psychology major, so like tell me like what you think. And I don't like to talk as it is, so I mean, I don't know.
Do you think it's tough sometimes when you're trying to approach the game from a psychological level to kind of remove yourself from it a little bit?
Absolutely, because you're in the classroom and trying to figure everyone else out, and you just have to go out there and see players the way that they should just play the game. So it's a lot different.
What are some of the things that you're going to look for after you graduate here? Do you have any jobs, internships lined up, or is it all lacrosse right now on your mind?
I mean, it's tough. I absolutely want to coach. I want to be a guidance counselor. I want to be a teacher. So I'm all over the place right now, but something along the lines of that.
The real world is tough. I can tell you firsthand. Well, we're going to end on something funny. I heard from your coaches that you have a very unique nickname. It's Nunu. So I would love to hear how that nickname came about.
It comes from my dad's best friend. He made nicknames for both of my brothers and myself. And my first brother's Booger, and I'm Nunu, and the other one's Bubba. It was just so random, and it just stuck. Like, when I got to college, all of a sudden, Shanna was calling me Nunu, and I was just like, she was definitely listening, like, to my parents on the sidelines, but it's funny. I like it.
All right, that's women's lacrosse player Nora McGurkin here on Feature Friday. Thanks again for tuning in, Nora. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.